Okay, so week 2 of the butterfly guard. So again, Lewis is using his hands to protect his feet. What am I looking to do? I'm looking to get his back on the mat. So I'll be looking to find those feet, so he's going to be intercepting with his hands. Now the only other way I can get his back on the mat is pushing his shoulders, but now his hands find my hands. So it just becomes a hand battle here. Who can find the feet first and get them down? Lewis has been drilling. Or I can find the shoulders. But he uses his hands again, but I swim inside. Maybe I get his shoulders. So now that second concept of keeping his shoulders in front of his hips makes it a wee bit more harder for me to flatten them out. But now, if I start trying to push him down, this gives Lewis, because there's an open elbow here, the chance to scoot in and get into this butterfly guard sweep position. And again, he's pushing at the elbow, and then as he falls back, he's loading me, okay, onto this butterfly hook. And now you can just redirect him. And again, get hip to hip. So, a common way of people countering this butterfly guard sweep is to move your hips back. If you think about whenever Lewis, just scoot in there and you're in your position, once he has this hook in and he's about to hit his butterfly guard sweep, the reason this sweep works so well is just as he gets his hips under my hips, where he's still there, okay, this gives him a massive lever to my body because his hips is under my hips. But the minute he tries to do that sweep, I can move my hips back. Try to hit it now. And all I've done is I've just moved my hips back a few inches. And especially if you're trying to hit this sweep on a heavier guy, it'll just mean like you're trying to sweep a dead weight. So we need to learn how to actually deal with that. Now, what is my goal? Obviously, just turn around this way on that side. Butterfly guard. So when we're in the fight for the inside space, I'm trying to get Lewis's back on the mat. He's finding that, trying to find his shoulders. When I go to pushing his shoulders, maybe he scoots in, wins that underhook. The reason we were pushing at the elbow, okay, was because it countered my underhook. Even though Lewis is the underhook on me, you know, a lot of times from this position I've seen the sweep taught a lot whereby Lewis just gets wrist control. And again, he can pull this towards him, he can push this back. But this doesn't really give him control of stopping my underhook. So in other words, if he isn't pushing at the elbow, I can swim under here. Just keep control of my arm. And now, even from this position, the reason this seated butterfly guard is so good is because he's mobility and his back off the mat. What's my goal? I can make him carry my weight and try to flatten him out. Okay. But when we were teaching this sweep last time, he's going to push at the elbow. See the way now, he's pushed my arm to the other side and he's taken away my underhook, which makes it a lot more difficult for me to stop the sweep. He does not want me winning this underhook, which is why we push this elbow to the inside. And again, from there, he's not carrying my weight now. So that's good for him, bad for me. But again, sometimes people aren't paying attention to the detail and maybe they're not pushing at the elbow. And he's pushing at the wrist. Yeah, perfect wrist. And now from there, when he scoots in to hit that butterfly guard sweep and gets his hips under mine, as he goes to hit the sweep, I move my hips back and I win that underhook. So now I'm in a position whereby I've flattened him out. My hips are in front of his hips but behind, so it's very, very difficult for him to actually sweep me now. And more than likely, the minute I flatten him out, he's probably going to pull that outside butterfly hook out and just basically put me in half guard. And then it'll just become a half guard pass. So let's look at that again. So rather than trying to learn a bunch of sweeps from butterfly guard, we want to really, work on a small amount of sweeps and look at all the main counters that people are going to actually do when you try to hit that sweep. So again, Lewis is defending his feet. Okay, he's defending his shoulders. Maybe I win the inside space and start getting in his shoulders. He's going to butt scoop in. Get into this butterfly guard position. But now my counter, okay, is as he goes to hit the butterfly guard sweep, yeah, I'm moving my hips back and winning that underhook. And now that really becomes a battle for the half guard the minute I get here. More than likely he's going to take that outside hook. Got me in the half guard and now I'm in the half guard passing. So let's look at how to deal again, if someone sprawls his hips back, okay, we want to learn how can I insist and still hit the same sweep. So again, this is trying to get me flat on my back. My hands are controlling the inside space. Once I engage and I win that underhook, and I want to make sure that when I go with my underhook, my elbow's high, and I'm going to start pushing at the elbow. Okay? But possibly from this position, the minute I scoot in and I try to load Lewis's weight onto me to hit this butterfly guard sweep, he's going to just sprawl his hips back. Here, perfect. Okay. So again, from there, it's very, very hard for me to hit the sweep, even though I'm bigger than Lewis, because his hips are so much more further away from me. And now, from this position, it could become a battle of him trying to pass my guard from here. And I could bail, he stays on his knees and tries to get inside control, and we're back to square one again. So rather than abandoning the sweep, I'm just going to make one adjustment and hit the sweep again. Again, why is the sweep not working if you think about learning Jiu-Jitsu 2 concepts? Lewis countered the sweep by moving his hips back. Okay, I'm going to insist on the sweep and re-engage by moving my hips forward, just with a butt scoot. If you think about a comparison to wrestling, you know, you see high-level Olympic wrestling, and say they're going for the double leg, and their opponent sprawls. Sometimes they'll insist and hit the double leg immediately after they go for it at the first time, and hit it on the second time. So again, we're playing the game, using the concepts. I'm keeping my hands in front of my feet, defending my feet. He's trying to get me flat on the back. Once I get the inside space and I win this underhook, and I'm starting to get my butterfly hook and I'm loading the weight, the second Lewis sprawls his hips back a little bit, all I'm going to do is move my hips towards him. And I'm going to hit that same sweep again. Why complicate things or abandon this sweep? Okay, if you kind of have it in your game as to understanding what they've done, they've shut down the sweep by moving their hips back. I'm going to insist on the sweep by moving my hips forward. So just all I'm doing is a little butt scoop in. I'm filling that space that he's took away from me. So again, one more time. Flat on my back. Pushing my shoulders. So the minute I get to here, and I'm going to load him onto me for the sweep, he moves his hips back slightly. All I'm going to do is move my hips forward and hit that same sweep again. One more time. So go on my back. Just do it again. So from here, as I load him onto me, he sprawls, I just scoot in and have that same scoop again.